What if I told you that Will Byers never really came back from the upside down? What if the kid we saw rescued in season 1 was never actually Will at all? What if, stay with me, he was a replacement? Not a clone. Not a puppet. But something far more chilling. What if the Mind Flayer sent something back in Will's place? It sounds like a stretch, until you look closely. There are breadcrumbs. So many eerie signs that tell us something is very wrong with Will Byers. Let's go back to the night everything started. Will disappears in the very first episode of Stranger Things. He's riding home, hears something strange, and vanishes into thin air. We later find out he's been taken by the Demogorgon, dragged into the upside down. But here's the catch. When they find Will, he's cocooned in some kind of alien web, unconscious. There's a tentacle in his mouth. He's not just hiding. He's being harvested. That should have been the red flag. When he wakes up and comes back to the real world, something's off. Will isn't the same. He's pale, quiet, jumpy. He barely talks about what he saw. And then, the slug. That black worm he coughs up in the bathroom. We never talk about that again. Seriously, how do you cough up an interdimensional parasite and everyone just shrugs? Then comes season 2. Will begins having visions. Not dreams. Visions. He sees the shadow monster before it arrives. He draws it, feels it, screams in pain when it gets close. And suddenly, he knows things he shouldn't. He maps the tunnels of the upside down with scarily accurate detail. He walks into cold spots and starts convulsing. And let's not forget, he freezes up when the Mind Flayer is near. Literally possessed. They say he's the Mind Flayer's spy. But what if he's not just a spy? What if he's the Mind Flayer's ambassador? What if Will didn't get infected? What if the Mind Flayer replaced him from day 1? Think about it, what do we really know about how the upside down works? It mirrors our world, but twisted. And it's intelligent. Vecna controls it. The Mind Flayer moves through it. Is it really so far-fetched to believe it could create a convincing copy of Will? Someone who looks like him. Sounds like him. Remembers just enough to fit in. But is always off. Let's talk about how Will acts around his friends. Post-rescue, he doesn't reconnect. He's isolated, frustrated, and quietly angry. He gets jealous of Mike and Elle's relationship. He's nostalgic for childhood games, but not attached to the people he played with. His bond with Mike feels one-sided, like he's clinging to something he doesn't truly understand. That's not just trauma. That's dissonance. Like a foreign mind trying to blend in. Now look at season 4. Vecna becomes the new big bad, but Will still seems connected. He says, I can still feel him. Vecna. He's not gone. Wait. How? Will never even encountered Vecna directly. So how would he feel him? Unless Vecna never left Will. Unless the thin